Bawumia na aso obi na de me call ye okta ko fire me de ebre mo de edutwem motibi enso ache eye uti ayerim se the base no ono ena da no ono sisi ano ote na manchen ote na kache a ordinary no before I share the video yes na ma review like the video and share subscribe to the channel no send every political trending news the echo any day baby Ghana politics avenue so ajepene so bebre mo na betra for any native for and then your call political highway no send na make can obi bisa say there any kote there any dey break any akache there any dey break ya betra for uti all the base or that anono we na nim no Mohammed akona kache waboyra the base hono akomana esike pudu osre no aka chere say the base no ebe ya omonten ne down omo enguno na onfa na monfo no na onfa ne nkofo no embeka ne de ho na omo ensimi empushi embo abushafo asem we na yakote na Ibrahim sa na chese nkofo na okoka chiro mo anti asesa na chese ebufu eyaba mentimo wase eyaba araho eyaba mempese meje mo mrabo so no esem so me akọ yakuti the course or middle bibia as ba hanom Ghana politics avenue so
tell me MPP tell me that what law did Nana Akufo-Addo rely on to revoke constitutional privileges? What law? Was it not unconstitutional? Was it not unlawful? Was not reckless, but he did it. He did it. Now I can tell you, you remember E.T. Mensah at 37 Military Hospital. You remember? What did he say? The thing has worked. That made E.T. Mensah sleep. E.T. Mensah was a sitting member of parliament. You recall? Of Ningo Prapra. And a former minister of state. He slept at the BNI cells. It has worked. That was enough to get him there. Do you remember Jijote?
Yeah, I remember the name. I've forgotten what it was about.
A social media commentator.
Yes.
Who, because of the arrest that was happening in this country, said MPP must be careful. Because this could make the country degenerate into chaos. She was arrested and she slept in police cells. Come back to Nana Akufo-Addo's time. Do you remember Koko Anyidohu? What did Koko Anyidohu say? What did he say? That's exercise of free speech. That's what free speech is about. To express an opinion, criticize a government in a democratic society, or share ideas. Not insulting behavior. Not insulting. I mean, sometimes, yesterday I was listed. I mean, 2 days ago I had an opportunity to share a platform with Professor Jimabwe. I mean, no, Ajiman, the advisor to Kufo. Adimandua. He said, what we are failing as a country is that we are conflicting principle democracy with practice democracy. The principle democracy is our rights, but practice democracy is about the values that we stand for. And that it appears to him that we have failed, refused, or neglected to imbibe or infuse our peculiar circumstances and values into our democratic practice. Tell me, which society will anybody get up and insult a leader with a cause? Tell me, which society? Which society?
But Elijah, I don't think I suggested that when you insult the leader, they should use the laws to come for you.
No. The law.
It's only a chief. It's only insulting a chief that's a crime.
No.
For chiefs, you don't even have to open your mouth. Sign language that shows you are insulting a chief with even dance.
I'm just
it's in our laws. You go to jail for 3 months.
The law is that the free speech is at guardrails, is undergirded with public policy, public morality, and and that has evolved to include hatred.
Yeah.
Okay? And harassment, hate speech, and harassment. That's what I'm saying. Then when you are insulting somebody, which look like you are harassing that person,
let him continue his presentation.
Now let him come. And then I was telling you about Kokwanyidehu, the former deputy general secretary.
That's where Lateef Idrisu went to cover, because NDC supporters had gone there, massed up there to resist his arrest. And as we speak, Lateef is battling for his life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I myself,
purely engaging in an exercise of equalization.
Hold on, let's hear him.
Because otherwise,
let's hear him in full.
We need to make progress. I came to listen to the MPP's position. Okay. I thought they were going to say that we are curtailing the right of people to express their views. But listening to you, it appears that your complaint is that the courts do not grant you bail. Let me state my point. The way I myself, I had used the third past tense in the conditional sentence after the 2020 election.
You have to use the words because this English you are speaking.
If I were John Dramani Mahama, I would have. It's an impossible
statement. Yes, absolutely.
I was arrested. Anybody who has done English knows that this is an impossible statement.
Sharp. You said you would have done what?
I would have declared myself president. That's what I said. And I was arrested.
And charged?
And charged.
What was your charge?
Section 208. So you see,
Almighty.
When they say hypocritical stance, this is what we mean. This is exactly what we mean.
No, he's saying you came in for a reset.
Well.
Reset means you are not doing
the reset means that we should have abolished section 208 and 207 208.
Okay.
But we are not for abolishing 207 208 because we don't want our society to descend into chaos. I don't know how you can say somebody should kill the president for me.
That's the latest one.
Yes, to be free speech. Can it be free speech?
What's her name again? Mahama and
maybe I don't know. Anybody who says, you remember what happened in Rwanda? You remember?
What about they have been able to radicalize the party to the extent that not only the men, the women, you know for Hajia Fatih. Hajia Fatih sat at the party's headquarters and slapped the journalist. Chechiwa of multimedia. She slapped a woman. I told women were that they were ladies in nature. She slapped there, and we are talking about people gagging free speech. Look, Nanabi that spoke that went down. This country, you see our politics, sometimes you want to just give it up and then go and sit your somewhere because a lot of seriousness is happening. Nanabi, he is talking. He went to the diplomatic corps. What is the document? Why have you stolen it? I showed it to you right now and you have taken it out. But I'll still find it. Show it to your camera. What is here? What is here? Read it to your camera. Who is speaking there?
Arrest Mensa Thompson for fake news publication. Nanabi urges police. So January 2022. What's with this?
So Nanabi, that is saying that MPP members have been arrested. He himself called in January 2022 that Mensa Thompson be arrested. Why was he calling for his arrest? He said Mensa Thompson had written on his Facebook wall that President Kufuor's daughters, together with Monty, had flown the private jet, the state jet, to London to go and do shopping. And for which reason?
Was he also advocating for the same sections of the?
Yes, the same sections. The same sections.
Of Act 29 to be involved.
Absolutely. And in fact, the reason why I said that Alfredo never qualifies to be an honorable person in under any stretch of any imagination is that on what basis did he say he was never going to respect the judge? Was it not based on the ruling? Those people that were sitting at the press conference itself, that's lying to, did they have the time to even have the country look at the ruling and what the court said? For them to have believed the lies that he was telling them, I don't blame them because now it's just like people go to church without Bibles. They go there, whatever quotation the pastor gives, they will not even see the need to go over and see whether it's the right quotation that has been given. They just go with it.
According to the news publication,
yes.
They said it was a post on his Facebook wall.
Yes.
And he quoted section 76 of the Electronic Communications
Absolutely.
Act, which stipulates that the person who, by means of electronic communication
yes.
service,
yes.
knowingly sends a communication which is false
yes.
or misleading,
yes.
and likely to prejudice the efficiency of life-saving service or to endanger the safety of any person commits an offense.
Yes.
And continues that it's liable on summary conviction to a fine of not more than 36,000 Ghana cedis,
Yes.
or to a term of imprisonment of not more than 5 years.
Absolutely.
So you are saying we should follow the same trail?
No, but that's Nanabi urging us. Nanabi is advising in 2022. So what has changed? That's why I say they are double faced. They are not people that must be taken
Double
serious.
standard.
If these people are the ones campaigning to you that they will come and change your lives, how would you trust them? Because they say something today and they change it tomorrow. What about the 8 girls in the China Paga Secondary School? The China Secondary School. Remember that incident? Those 8 girls that described the head size of Nana Akufo-Addo, remember? That they said President Akufo-Addo said was that big. For saying President Akufo-Addo said was that big, the girls were dismissed.
But I think ultimately the president intervened.
That even made it worse. He never intervened. Listen to what the president said. Listen to what the Minister of Education said. Listen. That he was very much aware of what happened.
Well, you have to rebut that.
Oh, no. I mean, this is the press release from the Ministry of Education. And then here it is. Press release. President intervenes in disciplinary action taken against 8 students of Ghana Senior High School. I'll read the last paragraph for you to know the intent that they were. I should read everything. All right, okay.
No, we don't have
Okay, the president of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has intervened in the above subject after his attention was drawn to it. After his attention, so it means the president didn't know anything about it. Now, guess what? The second paragraph. Consequently, the Minister for Education, Dr. Ya Osediku, has directed the Ghana Education Service to consider, Roland, listen here, consider an alternative disciplinary action instead of dismissal. Not that they were not going to
They should still be punished.
Punished, but not dismissed. For describing the head size of President Akufo-Addo, someone had to be punished. We are lived in the through this.
This is also an affront to free speech.
Absolutely.
Oh.
What about the judge? Their own tax, Delta Force. Remember Delta Force in Kumasi? When they bumped into a court, that judge, I understand, Kumasi, Mary Century, a pregnant judge.
She was pregnant at the time?
Absolutely. These people wanted to attack the woman. The woman had to be whisked away. What about how they handled Opariado, the National Security Coordinator in Kumasi? We lived through all this, and the judge. What about the pastor? The pastor that was preaching, who was boggled. Remember that pastor?
Criticizing the president.
Criticizing the president. He was arrested. We have lived through all this journey. We have lived through all these encounters. We know that your records are that not good. And so you must be the last political party to be discussed. Look, a political party like the New Patriotic Party. A+ was sitting in the studio, UTV studios. You remember that incident? They say A+ must not be expressing his own opinion, personal opinion. A+. The youth wing mobilized, just like we are doing here, and enter the live show, on the live show, to go and attack A+. We observe these things here. And we have these people sitting here and now preaching it to us as though they are so sanctimonious. That's what UTV. They want, and that's why I wanted you to play Afenyo's voice. And for the benefit of the viewers.
If you have it in your phone.
Yeah. I mean, it's here. I can play it here.
July.
You have it. Let me just quickly.
Please allow him to make it sound.
You understand?
Please, you have to wrap up for me. Why is this video significant?
It's significant because you see, if you don't show the character of Afenyo, people will take him serious when they are not supposed to take him serious. People will see him as an honorable person when he's so dishonorable. People will see him as a trustworthy person. Can you play it for me? When he's so he's so trustworthy.
You have your speaking
Let me. So in wrapping up, Afenyo Marcus in July 2020 told the entire country that under no circumstance can any executive influence the decisions of the court. And this was Afenyo Marcus. Now, when he said that, and give me just a second, let me play it so that your viewers will understand what we are dealing with. When he said that,
because I'm trying to understand why the video is significant.
Very significant. This is it. How would your listeners? Can you hear me?
Can I hear you? Can I hear you?
Can you hear the voice?
Can we end it so that I can go on with my submission?
Okay, I've gotten it.
You have gotten it.
Please go
So Afenyo Marcus
wrap up for me.
In 2024 was telling the entire world that under no circumstance can the judiciary be controlled by the executive, and that all of us must respect the decisions of the court, and that this business they as lawyers are trained to respect the decisions of the court, and that if you disagree with the decision of the court, there are other appellate bodies that you can rely on to do your business.
Bibi Ojibre Hedgeway. That's an political trend and news. The echo and the day baby Ghana politics after the Japan is all about for and the tea for. Yet that will be as in her and a bread and mom coin said, see. Macram.